Michael Schumacher is arguably the greatest F1 driver to have raced in F1, with a joint record of 7 world titles and an incredible 5 in a row. At the height of his powers, Schumacher was unstoppable. Such was his attitude and dominance that Michael has inspired not only tennis greats, but billionaires alike. Many have wondered why the German joined Ferrari and who are the key influencers. Well, stick around to find out as we reveal the conversation between Michael and his wife, why he joined Ferrari, and the latest on F1's GOAT. Comment below and let us know why you think Schumacher joined Ferrari. The unstoppable German was the dominant force between 2000 and 2004, winning 5 titles in a row, transforming the iconic Italian team's fortunes and delivering a trophy after a 20-year wait. With Ferrari in the lurch, Schumacher's move was full of risk, having just won back-to-back titles with Benetton, but he was convinced Ferrari could compete for the title. It is easy to forget how much pressure Todd faced in those early years, and the plan he was trying to implement was not working after Luca di Montezemolo hired him in 1993. The Tifosi were growing impatient after many failed years of trying to win the elusive world title, with the team struggling to find a winning formula. In stepped the dream team of Ross Brawn, Michael Schumacher and Rory Burns. The trio dominated and delivered 2 of Schumacher's 7 titles at Benetton. This was Todd's last roll of the dice. Many drivers have felt the pull of the mighty Maranello-based team, with Prost and even Senna being linked to the seat, but Schumacher just couldn't resist, and the reputed $25 million a year paycheck might have helped. There wasn't immediate success at Ferrari as many had expected, with failed attempts in 96, 97, 98 and 99. The Tifosi were growing impatient. As it was, Schumacher defeated Häkkinen at the Suzuka finale with another perfectly executed Brawn strategic masterclass, and the rest, they say, is history. Many people are still determining why Schumacher moved to Ferrari, speculating why he did it. In a recent documentary, Michael's wife Corinna opened up about the legendary move and details how he asked her about moving to Ferrari and why he did it. His wife Corinna has now said in a new documentary on French TV, "I can still remember what it was like. We were in the garden when Michael asked me, 'What would you think if we went to Ferrari?' Yes, I said, if you can do that, great." Corinna went on to further comment on the solid bond her husband had with Jean Todt, the then Ferrari team principal. Michael actually has a very good feeling about who he can rely on, and I think he already had that with Jean at the time, that he said he wanted to do something with Jean. It would be so nice if Michael could tell the whole story of that time, because I wasn't always there. Todd said in the same documentary, "Michael is still present in my life and will always remain so, no matter what the situation. The question today is how to be well together and how to accompany him and the family." Schumacher and Todd used to visit a legendary restaurant that goes by the name of Ristorante Montana, with the owner fondly saying that was something like their secret bunker because there were always at least 1,500 fans waiting outside Mr. Todd and Michael. Todd said to the owner, "I'll tell Michael that I came here." Corinna spoke about Todd. Being friends with Michael in the early years was such fun, but if the tide turns and suddenly someone can't do it anymore or needs help, or if it's not just a holiday anymore or something sad happens, then you see who your friend is. And Jean, I have to say quite clearly, is one of the few. The nice thing for Michael is to know that someone like Jean is there for us when we have questions. When you know that you have someone by your side who does something for you without any consequences and thinks with you, this is a gift. While many thought it was for the money that Michael may have chosen, it was his friendship with Jean that ultimately drove him to join Ferrari. Michael has been out of the public eye after he suffered a horrific head injury when enjoying a skiing holiday in the French Alps in December 2013 with his family. While out on the Alps, the 7-time world champion fell and hit his head while on an off-piste area and was then airlifted to hospital. Schumacher then underwent 2 operations before being placed in induced coma. Health updates have been few and far between, with the latest coming from his dear friend Todd, who has revealed Schumacher and his family are living differently in the aftermath of the injury. He told Gazzetta.it, "For me, it is a privilege to be close in the family with Michael, with Corinna, with Mick and Gina. Their life changed on December 29, 2013. They have to live everything differently. The important thing is that there is the closeness of friends and keep fighting, their foundation." The former Ferrari boss went on, "There are things that are part of life, is that they are more important than results in our beloved races. Life for everyone is not just racing. While the news of Schumacher is sad, the man's influence should never be forgotten, with Roger Federer hailing Michael Schumacher for inspiring him when he was a child. When I was growing up, I had Michael Schumacher to look up to, who was at the top for so long. Federer told The Daily Show. Tiger Woods, same thing. I always thought that it was impossible to do that and stay at the top. His influence was so far spread that even Hong Kong-based businessman, who is the 43rd richest man in Hong Kong, stated that he establishes his business practices on Schumacher's character. I grew up watching Michael Schumacher, and the reason why he's literally my idol is not the success that he has had on the track, but the way he thinks, the way he reacts, and acts faster in each race. You read how he reacts when he wins or loses. That shapes how I do my business, Lowe said, speaking to Express Sport. I was flicking channels and someone just told me, watch this F1 race with Schumacher. And I learned from that it's not just one person, it's the whole team and the strategies involved. That got me into it. It's not that typical cliche of cars going around in circles, it's way more than that. You start to appreciate all of the small details that go into it, and it's incredible to see how it has evolved over the past 20 years. A tweak here and there has totally changed the ballgame. That is high praise from a man looking to launch his F1 team. Mr. Andretti, watch out. Speaking of money and Schumacher, one of the most notable aspects of the German's career was the value of his old cars, with his Ferrari F2003 GA smashing the record to become the most expensive modern F1 car sold at auction. The F2003 GA powered Schumacher to world title number 6, sealing the championship against old foe Kimi Räikkönen in the season's final race. The GOAT would only get one more world title after this one. It was already expected to smash the old record for a modern F1 car, which stood at £6.7 million for Schumacher's 2001 Ferrari. His son Mick had this to say. "It's obviously impressive to be able to drive this car," he said. "Not only the chassis, but in general this car. It's from one of the most successful years. Every time I get the chance, it's a pleasure for me and my love for the sport to be able to drive these cars. It's super light, really maneuverable. It's a pleasure to drive. You have this V10 screaming in the back, and it's just super fun. It's sad that I only get to drive it here because I would love to take it out on a big track. But I'll take it every day." As impressive as this is, there is one slight twist. The owner of the car cannot drive it wherever they want. Instead, Ferrari offers an F1 client program, which involves the company bringing it to the buyer for track day usage. And this car may be a title-winning machine and is now the most expensive modern F1 car, but it still falls short of being the most expensive F1 car of all time. That accolade belongs to Juan Manuel Fangio's Mercedes W196R, which won him the second of his 5 world titles in 1954 and fetched a vast £25.5 million 9 years ago. Comment below and let us know your favorite Schumacher moment.